Hello, everybody.
Hello there, everybody.
We have these nifty little microphones now so you can hear us more clearly. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 44?
45
of GQ, a wrestling podcast. Currently, Justin is depressed because we are watching his boy,
No,
the
wrong.
freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy,
That's stupid.
getting beat down by his former best friend,
Trent.
Trent.
Something like that.
This is great. Not a whole lot eventful
Besides the pay-per-view on Sunday.
that happened in the world of wrestling aside from AEW Dynasty on Wednesday. We will...
Wednesday?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Wednesday.
It's
Because
Wednesday.
today's Wednesday.
Dynasty was on Sunday.
We're recording on Sunday. Dynasty was Wednesday. I don't know
Oh,
why
okay.
you're confused about that. That's what I said.
Okay.
Gosh, this guy.
We want fans.
Vance Warner.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna just hop right into it, and here we go.
And then
I believe in Joe Hendry. God bless it. It's in there.
it's never going to leave.
It is burned into my brain.
I'm glad it's burned in there. At least something burned in there. No?
A lot of things burned in there
Burned everywhere.
years ago.
Many moons ago. Hi. Oh, it does look weird on camera. Awesome. I love it. Oh, welcome everybody back to another episode of GQ Wrestling Podcast. My name is Justin. That is Garrett. And in the ways of AEW, they say, it's Wednesday! You know what that means. It's another...
It means you got a fucking black eye, bud.
I have a black eye. I don't know if I don't know if people can see it. It's noticeable.
You got beat up
by an 8-year-old.
by an 8-year-old.
By an 8-year-old. To be fair, though,
He kicked your ass.
To be fair, though, it was awesome because the way he hit, it's just wow. I'll lead off with that. Why not?
Just a straight up Glasgow kiss.
So what happened on Sunday? Hazel was sick all weekend, not doing well. So Sunday we were out here doing the camping thing that we've done before, and I woke up sleeping on this wonderful thing, and then quite literally, I had a hold of his blanket, just as tugging. It's 7 a.m., and I just grabbed his blanket, and you know the motor skills aren't there. That's just not how this works. And he literally snapped his head back. I've never seen it so fast. Just wham! And it hit so hard. It hit. And the past week, he kneed me in the same eye where there's a chunk of my skull missing. So
you took a Psycho knee and a Glasgow kiss.
Oh.
Got it.
And what was funny about it, though, is that he got really quiet as I'm holding my face going, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Of course I'm not okay. Same eye. It hurt so bad, and it was instantly swollen, and there was nothing I could do. And I said, I can't wait till about Wednesday or Thursday when it fully forms into the black eye.
You're fine.
It's awesome. So I can tell there's a difference in variations. It's kind of fun. So let's just lead off with that. Yeah, he's bald.
God, I hate that, man.
I'm right here.
Not you, him.
Him?
Yes.
Paper Skin Man.
Yes.
Anywho, welcome back again to another episode of GQ Wrestling Podcast.
45.
45. We made it 45 times. We've almost done it a full year. The year is coming up. It's in a couple weeks. Weird. That is weird.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I love it, but kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And we're now cool and fancy. Obviously, we had the big microphone, but now we got these little baby microphones.
A little guy.
Because for you people on the YouTube, it makes us sound a lot more clear with that thing on. So it's kind of nice to have. getting fancy over here.
We're fancy and shit.
It's so nice. I'm sorry if I'm so loud now. I was already loud before, but I'm really loud now. And plus, the people in the YouTube land who like to call us two men, one couch, thank you. Because you know what? I believe in Joe Hendry. That is going as viral as possible. And if you watch TNA's pay-per-view, I would say, they made it a meme now with our wonderful friend that we love so very dearly, AJ Francis, making him on top of the Joe Hendry character doing the clap and everything. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
They need to do a metal version of that.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Wow. Kind of sound like Creed there, though.
Yeah.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Kroger. Never mind.
That looks real good around his waist.
It looks right.
It would have looked more right 6 months ago. Right?
If they would have had him beat Max.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anywho, let's just lead off with that. If no one watched it this past weekend on Sunday, it was AEW Dynasty. They're starting that new tradition where they're trying to do 8 pay-per-views in 1 year and adding 4 ROH ones in there to make it the total 12 for them all. So my opinion of Dynasty, watching it from beginning to end,
it was predictable.
It was predictable, but
also good.
So here's,
and I stand by my statement from last week.
What's that?
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Gotcha. Always, it has to be in there somewhere. It's like the hidden Easter egg at Disneyland. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This cat saying "fuck Dave Meltzer" all over again. It's one of those things. Is that Kyle Fletcher?
Kyle Fletcher.
Nice. Anywho, so the whole pay-per-view itself was not great until the last 3 matches. I will tell you, I was bored. And normally I'm not on my phone at all. Like I'm not. I was so just not into it until I would say until the Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay. Son of a bitch. It's Will motherfucker. Will, god damn it. Will, stop it. Will, fuck off. Will Ospreay. Sweet Jesus. I will say that was an amazing. Everybody thought it was going to be an amazing match anyway, but it was fantastic until the very, very end of the match.
Mid. Mid.
It wasn't even mid. It was a great match. I will say, if you watched it, people of the YouTube world, we all saw Will do his finisher to Bryan, where he pile drives him down into the mat, and he's
Storm Chaser
91. He's always done it. He's done it in New Japan. He's never had any issues with it. But the way Bryan landed with it, I will say, we've said it before, when you're in a match, it is a 2-person dance. You got to be able to do the give and take. If I do a move, you do a move. Keep yourself safe. I keep myself safe. Bryan, and no one will admit it, I will tell you, I have watched several podcasts in the last couple days. and everyone is saying, "Oh, I can't believe he's retiring it, but I understand for safety." He did the move properly, like he's always done it. But the way Brian did not protect himself when he was landing on the ground, Brian could have done a hell of a lot better by keeping himself safe.
So I've watched that clip multiple times, like kind of on repeat.
Yeah, of course.
Just to see like
if you saw anything different,
if I could figure out what happened. You want to know something funny?
What?
He landed perfectly safe.
So
he was fine.
So okay.
He played the injury, quote unquote. The YouTube universe can see it.
Yeah, you're air quoting it up like crazy.
The injury. He's not actually hurt. He's fine.
So here's my thing.
I think Will wanted to retire that move because
what I said.
Doing it in Japan, you're doing it against a much smaller and less bulky opponents.
Yeah, fair.
Now, here in AEW, guys like Swerve, they're on the smaller side of this roster, but Swerve's still 230.
Well, even like Fletcher, who's in the ring, that's a big man too.
I mean, and they're taller.
Yep.
There's more mass, and the possibility of someone actually getting hurt is higher.
I agree.
And I think that with Danielson landed perfectly protected, and this was just an arc in this match that Will could be like, okay, it's time for me to not do this anymore, because he has the Oz Cutter and he has the Hidden Blade.
Right.
That's all he needs. He doesn't need the Storm Driver anymore.
See, so when I watched it live, and when you're watching it live, obviously it's a different reaction. You're seeing it in real time. You're not watching.
Oh shit!
So I'm sitting there going, I watched the move happen. Like he went down, but the way he grabbed his body, I thought, okay, maybe something pulled or something tore or whatever, something. But then the way he got up, you could tell he was getting ready for, just the most vicious elbow you could ever have in the back of the head. So yeah, I agree. It was time for him to retire it, because I bet you he's not at that point now where he wants to keep doing that move. It's probably more vigorous on his body too.
He's probably to the point where, I mean, can he do it physically? Yes.
Yeah.
But it, like I said, it also comes down to is he comfortable doing it safely to larger opponents than Brian?
I think I also think, not that I'm saying he's old. He's probably my age, more than likely, or younger. But
Billy Bob?
He's been doing it for a while now. I bet you it's harder for his body. It's like The Undertaker. He stopped doing certain moves.
He stopped doing the last ride.
After a certain while, because it's hard on the body. It takes a toll. Yeah, I agree. So that match was fantastic all the way through. And then you go into the tag team title match.
Everybody's saying, match of the year! It's fucking April.
What, EVP?
No.
Oh, Will and Brian. I wouldn't say that's even... No, so right now, match of the year, hold standard, it's going to be WrestleMania 40, Roman and Cody.
It's top 5.
For me, for match of the year right now, number 1 will be Roman and Cody, night 2, WrestleMania. That's match of the year for right now for me. Obviously, we still have all the year left. There's a lot of things that can still happen. Anyway, but then the second to last match, EVPs versus FTR. Again, we said on the podcast last week, it is predictable. We knew what was going to happen, obviously. But...
Not now, Megan!
My apologies. We have microphones now. It's louder. She's talking about AEW in the future. Remember, we're in the past. She's in the future. She can see things. So, there's that. Yeah, not now, Megan? Yeah. Okay. We knew it was going to be predictable. with EVPs and FTR. We didn't say Jack would show up.
I said that 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, last week during the preview segment.
Doesn't matter if I said it last week. I said it 2 weeks ago.
Did you have a stroke?
Yes.
Let me hit you with the
phone shoe.
Sweet. Which one? That one or this one?
I'm gonna go grab one out of your closet.
There's plenty in there.
That looks like it's only been worn like twice.
Oh, those are the ones in the boxes. Yeah, I got those in there.
Probably the Nickelodeon ones.
Do I have Nickelodeon ones?
I hit you right across the face with it.
This eye, not this eye.
No.
You go for the side.
Yeah.
I love that Jack came in. I love that they played it out as it looked like a fan entering the ring. The security guards go to tackle him in the corner, rip off the what is now seemed to be the mask every person uses.
The devil mask?
Yeah, like every person uses it. I loved that. I love that as the scapegoat. I love that he helped the EVPs to get them their title. It kind of puts that period in there saying, we're done talking about CM Punk. Fuck this thing. We're done with it. I love that. I did like, and I'm assuming you would have loved this too, the reincarnation of Adam Cole being able to walk again. Out of the wheelchair, he arose and was able to summon himself down to the ring. We had a Wardlow sighting for the first time in months. It's been over a month.
3 weeks.
It's been about a month since we've seen Wardlow. He shows up. I love that. It was against Kyle O'Reilly. I won't lie. We said this last week. O'Reilly is rusty. He just came back from an exploding testicle. He's not all the way ready yet.
He looks sickly.
What do you mean?
Not sure how to explain it.
Like,
I don't know how to dumb that down.
You think like he means like you think he's actually like sick?
No, I'm just saying he looks sickly.
Fair. Like he just looks ill.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. He struggled. It was very. It was carried heavily.
He hasn't had a match in
a year and a half. It's been a minute. I don't. It's been over. It's been over a year.
Yeah.
It was very, very heavily based. Like I said, the whole night was just until the last three, and then we knew going into this that if they didn't give it to Swerve for the title, it should have been that they would have lost a lot of respect for all the diehard AEW fans, all the people who are fighting hard for Tony, because right now, wow. I forgot Tony gave him a permanent ban.
I like how he went to knock and he's like,
just open the door.
This is my company too.
So you said off camera before, this is the first time in wrestling history.
There's only one white guy that is a world champion right now.
Who's the one white guy?
Cody.
You're talking about main headlining titles, not mid-tier titles. You're talking about main headlining titles.
And if you want to go a little further, there are two, technically three, which that's a fucking joke in my opinion. So you have...
So you're going to go with AEW first?
So you've got... No. Yeah, okay. So you've got Swerve. You have Willow.
Yeah, because technically, would you call that a main title?
It's a women's title.
Okay. Even though our one women's title really is never really doing anything.
Right. So then you go to TNA. You have Moose.
But you remember, we had to have a women's title. But are you talking about just African American? Are you talking about people in color?
Yes.
Okay.
You have Moose. And then moving to the WWE side, you have now Trick.
I love it.
Hello.
Yeah.
I checked that receipt already.
Mm-hmm.
We have Damien.
Mm-hmm. Puerto Rican, yep.
And we have
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're talking about main titles. Yeah. It's the first time in a long time that people of color are actually in. You know, the person who paved the way, Ron Simmons. That is the man.
Damn.
Yep, he's the man that paved the way. He's the one that gave it. I thought, okay. Speaking of, so if we're gonna go funny on down that road, did you see? It was a meme, but did you see? It was a tweet from Ron Killings, and it was a picture of Swerve with this title, and he goes, "I just want to congratulate Kofi Kingston on a great victory because he deserves this title and all these things." And I went, "Okay, if he did tweet, that would be something that he would tweet." I love Ron Killings.
That's
He's funny,
dude. Fuck guy.
So,
He's great.
but that was pretty much Dynamite. Like, pretty much Dynasty. Dynasty was just eh. It was not my favorite pay per view of the year. It happened. It is what it is. It did its thing, but
It did stuff.
I will say this. I'm going to take a segment for a second. I am disappointed in WWE.
Do tell.
So, if you watched Monday, which assuming these people did, I'm a hope. I know you did. They did not do the women's title any justice on Monday night at all. And they should not have done a battle royale.
I'm perfectly fine with the battle royal
Nope.
concept.
Nope.
Perfectly.
Nope.
Because
nope.
you don't. There's not two cemented top contenders in that women's division on Monday Night Raw as of right now.
I don't care. No. I thought it was. I think they didn't give the women's division justice, even though it was the main event.
Well,
there was
the final match on the show.
There was, if I'm not, I know there was at least 3. There was 4 commercial breaks, hard commercial breaks during this women's battle royale. In any other main event that they've had on Monday Night Raw, there's not that many commercials. It's all action the whole entire time, all something big. And then you do this to the women's event where literally commercial. What does that say to you? You don't believe in the talent that's in there fighting for this battle royale. And it was predictable as hell because I knew for a fact it's going to be Becky, Nia, and Liv. Because like we've said, all low tier, a couple mid, and stars. That's where we're at. I think they did such a poor job at helping the women's title because right now, Rhea obviously made it relevant. Now there's no relevancy because you just gave it back to Becky, who we have said is not top tier right now. She's at mid-level. She's on her way out. She's up in the older nature and shouldn't have a title around her waist. Do I think Nia should have it? No. They should have given it to Liv. Liv getting it because Rhea was hurt by her, that's your storyline. Not giving it to the person who lost at WrestleMania. And I'm off my box. I feel better now.
Yeah, I don't understand why when something like this occurs,
like an injury,
why it is that WWE, their automatic default is Becky Lynch. And I understand, she's been one of your biggest stars for so long, but
yeah, there's a massive but. You don't have to give it back. Hear me right. I like Becky. I do. Big proponent of Becky.
She doesn't need the belt.
I think they said it was her 9th time winning a women's championship between SmackDown or Raw. I can't literally name another person that is up in the top tier besides mid-tier talent. Like they couldn't put it on Shayna because she doesn't have a storyline. They couldn't put it on anybody.
Next week, Kenny Omega.
Yeah, so they didn't. Okay, so then I saw that last because they're in Canada. They're back
Here's
home.
An idea. Throw a fucking curveball.
I don't like those.
Put it on Ivy Nile.
Wouldn't that be something?
Or Put it on Tiffany Stratton.
So that was another person I thought, but isn't she's SmackDown?
I don't know that she is a signed, contracted athlete on SmackDown.
Just wait until this weekend.
Or put it on. Why did that? No.
Say it.
No.
Say it. Say it.
I mean, put it on. You know what? Put it on Zoe Stark. I mean, that's a badass bitch.
So is Shayna Baszler. Put it on one of them.
But currently, Shayna is feuding with Natty down in NXT, doing WWE
Feuding. Because anything with Natty is a joke. Who in the God's name is that guy?
Oh.
There's a guy with an afro with a white handlebar mustache. What in the world was that?
But no,
I just didn't. I thought they made, in my opinion, they made the women's championship
irrelevant again.
They made it a joke again. And I have all help for Paul doing everything great. That was a mistake. They should have. Okay, what they should have done.
Huge mistake.
Huge. My opinion, and everybody gets sick of it. I don't care. It works. Do an eliminator tournament. You have your next pay-per-view coming up. Make the title match at that pay-per-view. You get eight.
Saudi again?
No. Backlash. Oh, in France, in Backlash. Do it at Backlash. Have a tournament leading up to it. You would have two. So like, do what they did for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. You have two things, like two matches. Boom, 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 boom. Make your championship match at Backlash. Winner gets it at Backlash. Don't do a over-the-top battle royale for women on a Monday night.
It just would have been a more drawn-out
deal. Build up.
To put the fucking belt on Becky.
But even then, though, you're building a story. You're doing things. That's what we have our issues with AEW, is that they're not highlighting it and building it up.
And I still would have been just as angry about it.
I would have been more angry 3 weeks from now instead of being angry as the night happened, because I was so disappointed in how it ended. And even in fact, Liv messed up, and so did Becky. Everybody knew Becky was going to win because you know what she didn't do? Go over the top rope. When Liv pulled her through, she was through the second rope. Liv went over the top, Becky went through the middle, and at that point, everybody went, oh, well, Becky's winning.
You know what they should have done? They should have gone into business for themselves and had Nia just fucking throw her over. Just for kicks.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, like, Becky was beat up on the side. Nia threw her through the fucking table. Like, they beat her up. Like, she was on the side. Like, she went through the table.
Put her through the table, roll her back in the ring, pick her punk ass up, and throw her out.
It was just, I don't know.
You don't deserve it. She does not deserve to be the women's world champion on Monday Night Raw.
And because they don't do what AEW does, if you lose your match, you go back to the bottom, and the next person goes up. I like what they do that in AEW because it gives more people more time to, one, build your rankings up. You're doing it, and I think that's great. WWE does not do that. They just do, hey, you get this, go now.
Again?
What, Astros Yankees?
Playing another fucking series. Yeah.
Well, they say you're doing it at the beginning, and then you'll be able to play in the playoffs. But as of right now, they ain't making the playoffs. That's the end of the first segment. It went like that so fast. Auditorials, we'll be right back. And for you beautiful bastards on the beautiful screen in front of us, we're not done. I don't know. I err on the side of storylines over the side of getting a new champion that fast.
I do too.
I hated the fact that they could have played it a little better. I think they scrambled fast. I think this was oh shit, we lost our champion. We got to get somebody now. Oh God, we got to do this now. Oh God, we got to do this now. Yeah, and now that you see the replay, yeah, you see he landed perfectly fine. But
I don't think that they scrambled, though.
No, they had 2 weeks.
They could have been like, hey, we're going to put this person against this person and have a legitimate match, and left Becky completely the fuck out of it.
I honestly thought, because of everything that's going on with her, I thought she was going to go go home, take a nap, and drink some milk. But
Yeah.
evidently that was not the case. And
Go home and cuddle with Seth on the couch.
which I want to talk about that once this side processes it over, because I went back and rewatched some of the clips from night 2 WrestleMania with Seth. I got a little queasy seeing some stuff with Seth. If you didn't see any of the replays, so bring the auditorials back in 3, 2, and 1. Hi, auditorials. Welcome back.
Which replays are you talking about?
So, this past week, Becky was on a podcast. I don't know which podcast it was, but they were interviewing Becky.
Right.
Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Anna Jay just came on, and I am happy. Anywho,
blood pressure just went up 12 points.
Not just that. So on WrestleMania Night 2, obviously Seth came out to the Shield music and came out, got the Superman punch, blah, blah, blah. When he got punched by Roman, he goes and lands flat on his back, but his leg went... He completely tore his meniscus when he fell back. His leg was done. It gave out. It was over.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Like, we knew he was hurt already.
The one that he just had surgery on?
So he got surgery on the opposite side of the knee, but because how the body works, when you're trying to heal one side, you're compensating it for the other. So what happened is during that match, he completely tore his meniscus, and she did announce that he has officially had surgery and he is out for at least 9 months. So we do not have Seth Rollins. I would say so. That's probably a safe assessment. If he does come back, because remember the last time with his last knee injury, he was out for a year. So, and it's, I think, the same knee.
He'll be fine.
Is he going to go home and drink some milk?
If he's smart.
Smart choices. So, I have a couple things that I want to talk, and then you have a really big conversation piece that I think is a really good, relevant thing right now for the state of wrestling.
Yeah.
So I thought these were really interesting, and you tell me what you think. So Forbes recently came out with the
valuations,
with the top 3 draws for each company for WWE and AEW. Yeah. Could you name the top 3 names for WWE and AEW for the biggest draws to the company?
The biggest draws?
Biggest names. When you say AEW, the top 3 names that you think, according to Forbes, what are the top 3 names?
I'm going to say, unfortunately, one of them's probably Moxley.
He's number 2.
Swerve should be on this.
Definitely not on here.
Nope. Danielson?
No, not even on the list.
Ospreay?
Not on the list.
United Kingdom?
Not on the list. You got to think a little bit. You got to think of the core of AEW. And no, not the core.
Is it like Darby Allin?
No.
Sting?
No. You're overthinking it. Trust me, you're way overthinking it.
The Bucks?
The Bucks are number 1.
Kenny
number 3. So those are your top 3 draws. When you think of AEW, that's what Forbes says, the top 3 draws. Top searched names when it comes up. Those are the 3. And then on the WWE side, Cody's number 2. Roman's number 1.
And I'm gonna say Cena.
Not Cena. Actually, not another male.
Becky.
Nope.
Bailey.
No.
Charlotte.
Who's always on top?
Oh, Mommy.
Mommy.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mommy's on top. honestly, I thought that was appropriate for the top three names. Um, I thought this was really funny. This needs to happen in WWE because if you watched Monday, looks like Liv is trying to sneak in to Judgment Day and become the new mommy for Dominic. So I saw this, and you tell me if it's dumb or not because it's super stupid, but I think it's hilarious. When mommy is back and healthy, and Liv actually, I think Liv gets into Judgment Day and corrupts Dom. We have another custody of Dominic match.
Fuck's sake.
We get a custody of Dominic ladder match. The winner gets Dominic. In the ladder match, does mommy or new mommy?
It is literally one of the dumbest things I have ever heard. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Christ. I just fucking no. No. No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
The first one was stupid. Let's just God, no. No. Tony Khan is not booking in WWE.
You said it wrong. You said the name. It's not Tony. No, you meant Vince Russo.
Him too.
Yeah. I laughed really, really hard when I saw that.
So
on a serious one though, should Ilya Dragunov join Imperium?
Yeah.
Now that they've pretty much exiled Giovanni Vinci.
I told you that's what was going to happen.
Ludwig Kaiser kicked the crap out of him. He pretty much ended him like he ended Kofi.
Pretty much.
I think that's a great thing for when Ilya gets drafted up this weekend. I think it's the perfect thing for Ilya to be a part of Imperium. I love that we're going to get Drew McIntyre in the King of the Ring tournament.
And Gunther.
I love that we're getting Sheamus back in the tournament. Even though he said if he wants to be if he wins, he wants to be named Burger King. Did you not see that?
No, I must have missed that.
He tweeted out and he says, when I win King of the Ring for a second time, I want to be called Burger King. Because after this past week on Monday night, they kept on saying how many cheeseburgers he ate while he was gone, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
He was a little chonky, but I can't say much. I'm fat and I can't say anything. They did also announce that Roman Reigns is off until the Friday before SummerSlam. So he is taking 6 months off to, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's doing a movie with some headline people, but he's taking some time off. And honestly, I didn't give enough credit a couple weeks ago. We have to give hats off to the Tribal Chief for over 1,300 days being champion and holding the title. Yes, people give him shit for not defending it a ton, for taking time. But, it's not how it was back in the day where you had to defend it on a weekly basis. There's more wrestling now than there ever has been. You don't have to wrestle for the title every single week. So we give our hats off to our Tribal Chief because, honestly, he made wrestling
great again?
Yeah, he did. He made wrestling great again. And I think they're doing a great job on SmackDown with the new Tribal Chief with Solo.
Solo and Tama?
They did announce Fought 2 will be possibly on SmackDown on Friday. And
it wouldn't surprise me if he was.
And the other one, too.
Jacob and Zilla?
They are possibly announcing that Zilla will be drafted to Friday Night SmackDown because he's already signed with WWE. And they also announced actually today, they announced officially the rules for the draft.
I did see that, yes.
If you have not seen, they announced it right before the podcast. On SmackDown, there will be 4 rounds, 16 total picks. On Raw, there will be 6 rounds, 24 total picks. Champions on each brand are protected for the first time ever. They've never been protected.
Right.
They are protected, which eliminates a lot of our choices from this past week because we thought, maybe they switch champions around. No, they're done. Women's tag team champions are eligible.
Yeah, and they're the only ones.
SmackDown will pick first on Friday. Raw will pick first on Monday. Rosters are locked in Monday, May 6th. If you didn't see, the draft pool that was eligible on Friday is significantly smaller than the Monday draft pool.
Yes.
There's only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, 18. I would say there's 32 superstars draft eligible on Friday.
Yeah.
And then over 50 plus on Monday.
Serena Deeb.
Well, they did say she was going to be making appearances again, but she's healthy again.
Okay.
So that's good to know. I think that's the only things that I have on my little docket here that I wanted to speak about. So with that being said, this earlier today, Garrett sent me a little bit of a message and said, hey, I got a massive topic I want to talk about. And it does change the landscape of wrestling for all promotions, not just WWE, not just AEW, all global, small, indie, everything. With that being said, Garrett, floor is yours. Please. Talk about
Everybody's a free agent. Okay, that's it. Oh.
Everybody's
the other thing.
Everybody's a free agent?
So it came out today that the FTC, which is
the Federal Trade Commission,
right, has officially banned non-compete clauses in contracts.
So dumb it down for the people out there that don't understand. We've known it for years. It's been a hidden thing, but now it's more exposed because people are going from cross promotion multiple times. What does it mean?
So basically, before we do that, it goes live within the next 120 days. So the next.
So you got 3 months. 4 months. Sorry, 4 months. I apologize. 4 months.
So had this happened and gone live recently, like just say the last week.
Yeah, for sure.
We could have seen,
like tonight,
Jinder Mahal, who got released last Friday, I believe it was.
Yeah, that sounds right. Him and his whole clan of people.
Could have shown up on Dynamite tonight.
Crazy. Cameron Grimes as well.
What the non-compete clause is basically if you are signed to just say WWE and you are released from your contract, you have, depending on your level in the company, it is either 60 or 90 days where you cannot appear on any other televised wrestling entity. So you can't get released after Monday Night Raw on a Monday and then fly to Jacksonville and show up at Daly's place for Wednesday. But when this takes effect, you can.
So then a question, because I'll dumb it down for my own self. Rick Rude's the most famous person that ever did it, where he appeared on Monday Night Raw, but then also appeared
Monday Night Raw.
Correct, but also then appeared on Monday Nitro, WCW, same night.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know. I'm assuming because I'm not as familiar with the 90s as you are, but they didn't tape Monday Night Raws 3 months in advance. So wouldn't that have been like the icing on the cake back then to set up this rule to getting it to the 90-day mark?
So, the non-compete is actually affectionately known as the Rick Rude rule,
and that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure
because this happened. So I don't know. It'll be incredibly interesting to see one how this carries into the various wrestling promotions, A, and B, how willing the WWE or AEW will be to release talent.
It's funny is that we've always seen that people leave because mainly they're unhappy with their workplace. They're not getting the creative flows, and they've always held it. They've always held with a strong fist of, okay, fine, we've got you.
Right.
You want to leave? Okay, well, you get no promotion for 3 months, and now it's like, well, I can leave at any time because my contract's up. I can go wherever I want. That's terrifying because of people like, let's just, for example, we know right now we're seeing the lasts of Buddy Matthews and Malachi Black on Dynamite, on AEW.
Yeah.
We know they're leaving.
Yeah.
If it goes into effect, so say they show up on Collision Saturday, their contract ends, they could be at Monday Night Raw that following Monday.
If this were in effect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you imagine how that would be? I just don't see it. We've known it for years.
Easy to think about, dude. And the other thing that you have to think about too is one of the biggest reasons why guys leave promotions. Jim Ross is actually. Whoa! Did you see that?
See what?
The way that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So. Oh, the two main reasons why people are unhappy in their current situation,
right,
are the two C's: cash and creative.
Right, yeah, no creative control, and that was like the reason why your boys left WWF at the time to go to WCW for creative control.
Right. Well, and it's not even control; it's just that
they have more say in their lives.
Either there is no creative for them moving forward, or it just sucks.
Fair. See, in my opinion, if like right now, if somebody from WWE wanted to come to AEW, I think it's not a great decision because there is no creativity currently in AEW.
Well, and the thing about it is like the main reason why they released Von Wagner this week was creative had no direction for him.
Yeah.
And
if you're a sub-tier talent right now in WWE, there is nothing for you. We see that.
And it's really sad though. Like there's so much time. We've been harping this for weeks and weeks and weeks about we see the same, just say, dozen faces every week. Good God, what in the actual fuck? Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, in the future, it will be incredibly interesting to see how this lands. I don't know. Do Buddy and Malachi hang around AEW until this FTC ruling takes hold and then do one final appearance and then just be like, fuck you, peace?
So you're talking about play, and not that you like to talk about this guy, but do the Bret Hart and toss the WCW
they
up
don't,
there.
They don't even have to do that. They just be like, all right,
Y'all know where we're
cool.
going. Like,
see y'all Monday.
Yeah, at that point, like legit, like, hey, I'm here.
Or see you on Friday.
Right at that point, but we know we're. Come on, like.
But the thing is I think I could see the LWO getting drafted to Monday.
Like, as the whole faction?
Uh-huh.
So you're talking
because I read the list and it's the LWO. They're not breaking up factions. They're not breaking up tag teams. They're not doing anything. So the entire LWO could get drafted to Monday night, which would take Zelina Vega off of Fridays and put her on Mondays with Rhea Ripley. That way, Buddy and Malachi can go to Mondays and ta-da!
Would they? Okay, so then here's a question. I know we're going down a rabbit hole now. Would they change him back to Alistair?
Probably.
Or would they keep him as Malachi?
They'd bring him back as Alistair.
Well, because let's just put, for example, when Andrade came back, he was not El Idolo.
But technically he is El Idolo.
But was he that way in WWE?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he Andrade El Idolo?
Because he was in NXT, he was Andrade Cien Almas.
So,
and then when he came to the main roster, it was the El Idolo.
But he was also known as Cien Almas before.
Yeah, I mean, he was Andrade Cien Almas in NXT. So, yes, it has always been Andrade, either Cien Almas or El Idolo. So when he came back, it was just a plug and play.
So then if Alistair and Buddy go back, what have you, Hunter was in charge of NXT at the time with Alistair and didn't use him properly, and then they moved him up to Raw and they shit the bed hard with him because Vince didn't know how to use him. So is that another reason why they would
again? What we're seeing is, and it didn't matter what show it was, Vince had final say over everything.
Right.
And clearly the old man didn't understand the character Aleister Black, and clearly isn't and wouldn't understand it again when he comes back. Same thing with Buddy Matthews. I mean, he was with Seth when he was doing the Monday Night Messiah thing.
Yeah.
But and then he was diddling fucking Dom's sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't really see them dropping the ball on them when they come back.
Like fool me once, shame on me, but fool me twice, shame on it,
Right. So the other thing is too, she's gonna kiss her right on the mouth.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, do it!
The other thing is,
that was an open-handed slap. Wow, that was clean too.
Yeah,
that was clean, straight across.
Slapped her right in her face. Anyway, I don't think that it will be long once Alistair and Buddy leave. I don't think it'll be long until Brody follows.
Yes. There's your first match announcement for Double or Nothing right there.
Trash.
Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné for TBS Championship, where Mercedes will win the title at Double or Nothing.
Trash.
Just saying. Anyway. It'll happen. Also, I'll talk to you about that later. Continue.
I think that, like I said, I don't think it will be long until we see Brody.
So we've talked about that. Do you think Brody ends up leaving too?
Yeah.
You think so? They're all package deal. They're going to go together.
I think so.
Brody was never. Brody was an indie guy. He was never a WWE guy.
when they are in WWE, yes, obviously they can't use House of Black,
But what would they use?
but they could use Kings of the Black Throne because
does he own it?
Alistair owns it.
He owns. Okay, so which one does he own? He owns Kings of the Black Throne.
Yes.
I'm just saying it would be all. What's this?
Battle in the Valley.
Yeah, but that's when he showed up. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I like him better with the beard. I won't lie. He doesn't look like a child anymore.
Right. But no, I think that they could come back or come to WWE as Kings of the Black Throne and give Judgment Day a run for 1, the Darkest Bunch, and 2,
the custody of mommy.
Biggest Faction.
Get the custody of mommy. Ooh, that actually was pretty. I was pretty happy about that too.
I am super happy about that, honestly.
What we're talking about is currently on the screen right now. We have the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
They're not the Scissor Gang.
I know, but still, they got the Scissor Gang fucking titles still. But they got the Bang Bang Gang.
The Bang Bang Gang.
I love that Jay has titles. I love it so much.
I like that he has an AEW title.
Yeah, not an ROH title. An AEW. They better switch the titles because they needed to be theirs.
Yeah, I think they need to have.
They need to have like a
custom belts like the scissors.
I think they need to have a Bullet Club one.
They'll probably have pistols on them.
I hope so. They're also. Did you see that they changed the title belts where they have plates now where you can put plates on them?
The tag titles.
I believe you can change it on the World Championship too. That they're gonna make them.
I can't.
No, I can though.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Not gonna do it now, but I would love to add like
Steve Austin.
Actually, I've been looking into it. There is people out there that can customize the belts to have logos. And nothing would tickle me more if I could have a GQ Wrestling podcast on the big belt behind me. I think that would be
pretty cool.
Awesome. So, with that being said, that's the end of round 2 for the auditorials.
Round 2. Fight.
We'll be right back. And then I know what you're gonna do. Wow.
Clockwork, folks.
Creepy laugh.
My hip.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. There he goes. With that being said, with me sitting on this far away over on the couch, it is my time. Remember, the microphones pick up everything now. Just saying.
Be harder.
Dear God.
Got it.
Oh Lord. With that being said, we, as I say every single week, thank you for the constant support through the merchandise, through dear God. That is you did that on purpose too. That is such a that was a healthy stream, sir. Holy Lord. If you guys don't know how the setup works for this here. So we're in my living room. Obviously the couch is here. The restroom is not this door. It's the one next to it. And it's not too far away from the recording area.
That's one step. One step from the bathroom to this open door. Yeah.
You just appeared out of nowhere. That was amazing.
Give rise to the belief the dwarves just spring up from holes in the ground. Which is, of course, ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see that they're doing a War of the Rohirrim movie? Comes out later this year?
Honestly? No, I did not.
Super excited about it.
Why would you be excited
because
about that?
Because I fucking love Lord of the Rings.
I do too. Welcome back to the podcast, you beautiful, beautiful people on the other side that are missing out on amazing things, especially from us, that you can watch us on. So
you listen to me pee on the YouTube
and literally hear him. Like that was like it was listening right next to it. So want to get your opinion on the two things, actually. So Main event Jay, who never really does.
Is this the
This is the thing.
the gauntlet match?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, main event Jay Uso.
He does not do interviews.
Yeah.
Very rarely has he done an interview. So this past week he did an interview. I'm gonna play the audio. It's gonna be next to these people here, but you tell me what you think of this because I know I didn't send it to you, but I wanted you.
I just said this to someone. I kind of felt like we did let the people down. Cause
you feel that?
Yeah, man. Because I wanted to go out there and have a straight up banger too. I wanted to do the wrestling part, but let alone make sure the emotion part's there. It was just a time issue. You know what I'm saying? You just got to play your position on the team. That's what happened. I'm still happy though. So I got a singles match on WrestleMania with my brother. That's a big picture. So I'm gonna always have me and him in the face off at WrestleMania. I'm gonna frame a picture. That's always it's marked off our box. I just wish we could have went ham the way I know we can.
Yeah.
But
and is that something that happens on the night? Like, do you find out just before your time is cut?
Oh yeah. Oh, yo, man, they went over this many minutes. Sorry. It's, it's all good. Just go out there and handle business.
So, if you're not familiar with wrestling, WrestleMania, any promotion, any pay-per-view, they can cut your match fully or in time as the night progresses because somebody either went over or somebody got hurt or this segment went too long
or too short.
We've seen too short. Cody's talked about the too short match where they're supposed to be 2 segments long because Ted DiBiase didn't know how to be Ted DiBiase. Let me just put it this way. Let's play the what if game like in Marvel, like I've been saying this past couple weeks. What if they got the full 30 minutes? What if that is ironic how I say that and that came up. That's really funny. The commercial for the movie If just came up on the screen as I said, what if? What if Jimmy and Jay got the full 30 and they could do the whole match? Would it have done them justice or would they have gotten tired out?
Dude, honestly, if they would have had full time, I wholeheartedly believe that match would have been a fucking banger.
I agree.
Because, I mean, we've seen it. The Usos can go.
Well, yeah, with the WrestleMania previous with KO, Sammy versus the Usos. They main evented night 1 of WrestleMania, and they proved to the world that a tag team match can be the main event and hold it down. Now, with how we saw the lead up with Jay and Jimmy, it should have been lights out. But now knowing
there should have been a lot more emotion portrayed in this match. There should have been
he does look sickly.
A lot more action.
Yeah. I think
his right arm.
You see it swollen?
No, it's not swollen. It's like decaying.
Yeah. Like it. What is wrong with Kyle O'Reilly?
It's like a chicken leg, only an arm.
Use your other hand. Sorry, that was okay. Anywho, so when I remember watching WrestleMania back and watching that match, it was more dramatic. It was more talking and doing things and manipulation like that more than wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think they had to do that because obviously at the time, we as the regular civilian people don't know that they're short on they went over. Then I go back. Who went over?
What matches were before that?
Well, the first match of the night was Drew and Seth.
I thought they were on night 1.
They were on night 2.
They had to have been on night 1.
Okay, I gotta look. Let me look. Let me hold on. I will.
Because they had
I'll
the
look it up.
cameos on night 2. I
Let me
think they
look.
were like,
Let me look. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. WrestleMania Night 1 card.
did they go on after the tag match?
I'm looking. Hold on. You gotta pull it up. Night 1. So they were night 1. You are correct. Night 1. So night 1 started off with Rhea and Becky.
It's Bill!
Yes. Rhea and Becky kicked it off.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that was the tag team match with the ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought after that, wasn't it Ray, Dragon Lee, Santos, and Dom?
You mean Ray Andrade?
Yeah, but that was the original match. Was that? I think it was that. Then it was Jay, Jimmy, Bianca, Naomi, Jade versus Damage Control, Gunter, then The Rock, Roman.
Honestly, dude,
It may have been that ladder match.
I think the ladder match went long. I think.
Yeah, because I don't think any of the other matches went long. Now that makes a lot more sense for the other matches, though. For the sake of that was awesome. For the sake of time, but I feel bad for Jay because he's going to hold himself pretty hard to that, thinking what could I have done?
This is a match I want to see.
Will Ospreay and Jay White. They've done it before.
Not here.
Okay. Being the fan that I am, you've known Jay White longer than I've known him, and I've known Will Ospreay longer than you've known him. I'm not like I've seen Jay here, and I've seen Jay do some matches in New Japan, but I did not know a lot about Jay because I was not a Bullet Club guy. You were a Bullet Club guy. I never watched them. But you're not going to see those two in a singles match unless somebody has gold around their waist. Which actually springs the question, who gets the big gold first? Does Will get it first? Or does Jay get it first?
Well, Jay's in the trio, so...
But Jay can go off on his own. Christian. Oh, Murder Hawk. They've wrestled before, too.
Yep.
Many times.
Yep.
Anyway, would you think Will gets it first, or does Jay get it first?
I think they're going to put it on Bill at fucking Wembley.
Ah, smart choice. That's a good choice. I like that.
I don't. Because it cuts Swerve's fucking title reign down.
Yeah, so they have to build up Swerve a lot more, and Tony has to trust him. I don't think Tony trusts him fully. I think this was Ow! I think, okay, maybe this might set you off. It might. I don't care. I think Swerve's title run right now is a PR move more than it is a talent move. In the eyes of Tony Khan. That right now, everybody, it's kind of like the We Want Cody stuff. There's been so much backlash they haven't been giving enough credit to Swerve. Why have they not given it to Swerve? And then this is the moment to give it to Swerve. Do you do this based off of PR or do you do this based off of his talent? Now, we know he's talented, but I don't think this run for him is going to last a long time. I think it'll probably last until Wembley, maybe even shorter. I think they may, if somebody pops up, that they'll give it to somebody else. And I think his reign will be the shortest out of all of them. And there's been 8. Hard to believe in a 5-year company, we've had 8 AEW champions. Can you name them all? You probably can.
I also probably don't care.
You don't. You don't care about one of them.
I'm not sure that that's the right move, though.
For them not to keep it on Swerve?
Yeah.
Or why they gave it to Swerve?
No, why they would take it off. I mean, yes, putting it on Ospreay in the UK is the right call.
It's the smart move.
But if that is what you were wanting to do, you should have left the belt on Joe.
I like I said to you before, I don't think Tony is sold on Swerve. I think Tony likes Swerve, but I don't think he's completely sold on him. I don't think he takes him seriously enough to be the main event guy. And they're giving it to him because there's been such an outbreak in support for Swerve where it would be wrong if they gave it back to Joe. It's kind of like when everybody was wanting Roman to not have the title, but then the fuel kept on going and going and going and going and going, where now everybody's like, well, why would we get it off of Roman? We need to keep it on Roman. And now Cody has it. Is Cody going to be able to live up to the Roman name? Because nobody's going to be able to live up to Roman's title run. It's going to be, there will be more title changes now than we did for 3 years because it has to be, there's nothing that can beat the bloodline storyline. There's nothing that can beat the tribal chief. So over here in AEW, I don't think they're going to be able to hold down a fort where, like, when Kenny had it, he was the belt collector. That's why he had it for so long. Jericho had it because he was Le Champion. He was the guy.
He was the flagship
Yeah.
for that
So
show.
then you keep going down to all the other title holders. So look at Hangman. Hangman did not have it for long.
Transitional.
He was a transitional champion. Punk, when he had it, Tony loved him so much to give him that title. He didn't earn that title. He was gifted that title. MJF earned the title and held on to it for a year, but also was the sub card, mid card, main card. He grew up in and held it. So the transitional champion right now was Samoa Joe, the long reigning veteran who can hold it down just in case. And now you're going to give Swerve a chance, thinking, can he be the guy? This is Tony giving him a shot to be able to be the main card guy. But they just did a title match tonight with Swerve as the second match of the night.
No, they started.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
it was Ospreay and Trent that kicked off the night. And even during, and this again shows me how Tony is not completely coerced with Swerve, is during the middle of that match. Remember, they went cut scene. Swerve's up in the tiny box, and they put the EVPs in the big box with Jungle Boy. I think right now Tony has not a prop table.
Nope.
Tony does not fully believe in Swerve, and this is him having to prove himself, because if there's not enough traction, not enough, and the ratings have to go up, because we all know AEW's ratings are not great right now. They're not at all, actually, and maybe the ratings will go up with Swerve being the champion, but he has to be good on the mic. He's got to be good in the ring, and I don't think Tony fully believes in him. That's my opinion, though. I think it's a great opinion for the sake of we had a transitional champion. We didn't know what we were going to do without Max, because Max was the champion for a full ass year. So now what do you do? You put it on Joe, get him through the interim, make it to your main event with Double or Nothing coming up. Whoever faces Swerve at Double or Nothing, it better be a banger for him to earn the trust holding the flagship title for the company, because right now no one else sees it. AEW is at that teeter point where if they don't make more money in the next year or so, I'm not saying bankruptcy is around the corner.
Well, their valuation was $2 billion.
Yeah. But if you take out
that valuation's a joke.
If you take out that valuation, they lost money.
They are hemorrhaging
like
money right now.
Hey, Jay Lethal.
I'd watch this match.
The old seasoned veteran versus the young spry kid.
I'd also like to see Ospreay and Commander go at it.
Honestly, like I said, there's a lot of good talent. They did make. There was a mentioning this past week where if you put down all the names that are hurt in AEW and who's holding it down right now, they're doing okay. AEW's doing okay with the talent that they have. If you put all the main guys back out and they're not hurt, you have what AEW was 3 years ago.
Well, the other thing too is I saw a graphic on Twitter. Dynasty was the first AEW pay-per-view that none of the pillars were in action.
Yeah, that was it. So it's Darby, Max,
Sammy,
and
Jack.
Jack obviously was there, didn't do anything. Darby's hurt.
Sammy's hurt.
Sammy's hurt. It's
MJF is hurt, I think.
So that's another thing with Max right now. I'm a Max supporter. I love Max.
I'm just waiting for him to show up in WWE.
See,
But I think he signed an extension.
The opportunity for Max was Monday Night After. I don't think so. Where the tour is for WWE, because the next pay per view is in France. Max ain't showing up in France. It's just my opinion. He's not doing us. He's not. If you see him going to WWE, he ain't debuting in France.
Is he gonna do it again?
He's thinking about it. Nope, he retired it. I retired it. Ooh. I think it's gonna mess him up. So then the next one is Clash at the Castle. He's not gonna debut at Clash at the Castle. That card's pretty much booked.
Don't forget you've got King of the Ring in there too.
King of the Ring and Saudi. Yep. So again, unless you want to put Max as a special hidden character as a King of the Ring entrant, and at this point his contract is up. It ended in It ended in December, right after World's End.
It ended at midnight.
At World's End,
January 1st.
So yeah, after World's End, after Joe won, we're at the 3-month mark.
It quote unquote ended.
Yeah, we're at the 3-month mark. So technically, he's doing an international championship match. Oh, okay. So
I hate that for Robert Strong.
Yep, because Will's going to win it. They're going to put the belt on Will. Anyways, no, that's about it. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is just quickly, when do we see Uncle Howdy? I think we got a couple more months.
Months? No.
Not weeks. I don't think it's Backlash.
No, it'll be after Backlash.
They still got to do more promos
I'm going to say probably like 3 weeks.
Uh-huh. I also want to give a shout out to Irish Neep.
Yes.
That man, if you do not follow Irish Neep on TikTok, I don't know if he's on Instagram or anything. I just follow him on TikTok. He is the guy who did everything for the Bray Wyatt stuff when he was coming back and got in there and got all the nitty gritty details. And now he's doing it all with the Uncle Howdy and how literally every single bare little minute. He's going through the coding of each photo. Mm-hmm. He's going through every tiny speck that no one else is doing. Right. So kudos to him. He's my guy who I go to on everything Bray and Uncle Howdy.
Yep.
I think every single week. I didn't see one on Monday, but apparently there was a clue on Monday. I missed it.
I think it might have been in the digital board when Kaiser slammed Vinci.
At that time I was trying to put the kids to bed because it was right around 8:30. Yeah. But with that being said, that's the podcast. That's the night. Quick. It seems to be going quicker and quicker every single time. Now it's a lot more fun.
Next week we'll see if this knucklehead can stump me.
Yeah,
we'll go back to that.
We're gonna go back to the stumping. I'm thinking it's been a rough 2 weeks. There hasn't been a lot of social media, a lot less posting. It's been busy with work. You know my work life. It's been a little on the crazier side, so I've have to dial it down and get into it. But again, like we say every week, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. But please post, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. We're at 100 and, if I'm not mistaken, we were at 118. We're at 118 people who subscribe to us on the YouTube. Like I said, at 150, we'll do a giveaway for a GQ podcast shirt or memorabilia of some sort of your choosing, because that is a gift from us to whomever wants to be a subscriber. We appreciate every single one of you and all the people who comment on all the things that we have out there. With the recent thing today, Biden put into effect the TikTok ban goes up in 9 months. So TikTok is going away if they don't find somebody in the United States to purchase it and make it a U.S. app. So if you are not following us on anything else, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, that's how we get all of our marketing out there.
Twitter.
We're also on Twitter. We're also on Facebook. Please just search GQ Wrestling Podcast. We're on everything, GQ Wrestling Pod. Anywhere on all those apps. Obviously, we're still on TikTok until the very bitter end. That's helping us through all of it. Again, liking, sharing is how we get our names out there to become more and more just more relevant and more things coming on our side. So we appreciate you guys a ton.
Yeah.
We say this every single week. We no one asked us to do this. I asked you.
And I said yes.
And you begrudgingly said yes.
Blame your dad.
Why? He's a nice man.
I know.
I love my dad.
I know.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
They're coming up in a couple weeks for the child's birthday, which we know if they share a birthday together. Yes, that is Jericho's new name, the Learning Tree. They dropped that at Dynasty as well.
I mean, okay, I'd sit under that learning tree. Serious.
I know you would. Again, we appreciate you guys all listening and watching every single week.
That was the one belt that he hadn't held,
and he got it. It was a dumb match. It really was not great. So with that being said, please follow, like, share. Merch store will be in the bio. Same thing with our sponsor for every episode that we have, W Energy, and we're always looking for other sponsors. So please, if you know of another sponsor that would love to be able to be a part of the podcast, we would love to be a part of it. Please send us a DM. We would love to be able to inquire on many different things.
Yeah.
We're just another stepping stone to the next thing. The year podcast is coming soon. Again, we appreciate you like you know it every single week. So like that's me saying every single week, we bid you adieu. We thank you and the tiny little yous. Good night and bang.
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Good God Almighty. You had to do it one more time.
Of course.